If you Google real estate coach, you'll see over 100 million hits that'll pop up. At least last time I checked. My name's Mike Fiddler, and I'm one of the names that are going to pop up, although that's not important just yet. What is important is if you're thinking about hiring a coach, how do you determine who to hire with all those names out there? I mean, how do you tell them apart? What makes them different? How much do they cost? How much money are you going to make? Why are so many of today's top producers hiring a coach? Let me clarify something for you. I want to share this. Let's pretend you are on the roof of a 20-story building. You got a parachute on your back. You look down, there's a stranger down there. The stranger says, jump and pull the ripcord. You'll be fine. What happens? You start thinking, is the chute going to open? Is the chute going to open in time? Who is this person? All these doubts start creeping in, so you don't jump. And then the stranger says, how about if I give you $1,000? How about 3, maybe 5,000? At what point does the reward outweigh the risk? And you start thinking about, okay, I'll jump. Well, in the real estate world, that's what coaching is all about. And very few agents will ever make the jump. But in the next 3 minutes, I want to share with you some ways that you can get started, ways that you can tell them apart. I'm especially going to tell you a couple of things about the way I do things so that you have an idea. And all I'm asking for in return is that if you like what you hear, look into it a little bit more. See if it might be for you. Now, I've only got 3 minutes, so here we go. If you're thinking about hiring a coach, I know I've got to answer your 2 biggest questions. Why Mike and why now? Students hire me because I basically teach them 3 very unique systems. The first one is a lead generator. And if you use it, it'll put a lot more leads into your email and voicemail boxes. Stop listening to these people that are telling you that you need to buy leads, because you don't. Top producers have been telling us that for years. Now, if you've got all these leads, you're going to need the second system, and that is a network of agents who want to work with you and you want to work with them. And their goal is going to be to show and sell your listings. Now, if you get all that extra business, you need the third system, and that's a vendor network. We teach people how to build a vendor network so that these vendors want to work with us on a more regular basis. And more importantly, they want to work with the agents that are in our network. Now, I know that sounds simple. Simple doesn't always mean easy. But these are systems that I used myself, and it helped me to become the #1 agent in my area year after year. And it's helping many students like yourself. Now, I understand that you might be skeptical, and that's okay. Matter of fact, my top producer is one of my biggest skeptics. It took me 4 interviews before he even hired me. And in the beginning, he wasn't doing all the things I asked, but eventually that changed. When he started, he was doing about 3 million. Last year, he closed over 20. And all he ever tells people is, I wish I started sooner. I want to tell you about one other person. She's a single mom. And when she hired me, she said she had a kind of a strange request. She didn't want to make too much money. I know it sounds silly, but when I found out that she had alimony and child support coming in, didn't want to jeopardize it, I get it. But the next year I said to her, I said, what if you could make enough that you didn't have to worry about that anymore? She said, well, if we could do that. I said, well, I can teach you how. And we did. And this year, that's not in her business plan at all. She's doing this all on her own. She even bought a house. Now, if you're happy where you're at, that's great. I get that. But maybe it's time to stop visualizing your goals and start hitting them. My students tell me I have a gift. I can help people to make more money and do it in less time. But I can't share that gift unless you act. Now, I'm not asking you to jump off a building. I'm just asking for a conversation. So click the link below. I know most of you won't, and nothing will change, and that could be fine. But for some of you, don't let that be you. Click the button. Hope we talk soon. My time's up. Bye now.